Hi beautiful souls, it's Tan back here again today with you on this Astrology, Human Design and Gene Keys channel. And today we're going to be doing the next part of our travel through the different Gene Key spheres, and we're going to be looking at the purpose sphere of the Gene Keys today. So before we get started, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that I have a second YouTube channel. It is an art channel. If you haven't subscribed to that yet, please head over there right now. I'll give you a link to that channel up above in the description box below, and hit the subscribe button. Check out the videos there if you like art. I also have a second website now where I have some of the artworks that I've made displayed there. I'll also provide a link to that in the description box below as well, so do check out my second website. If you're wondering how to get your Gene Keys profile, I'll also provide a link to the Gene Keys website in the description box below. And if you're wondering how to get your Sidereal and True Sidereal Gene Keys profile, I'll give you a link to the video in which I tell you how that can be done up above and in the description box below as well. There's a lot of different places to go to. And when you're looking at your Gene Keys profile, whether you are using the Tropical Gene Keys, Sidereal Gene Keys, or True Sidereal Gene Keys, the purpose sphere is going to be located at the bottom of your Gene Keys profile. So it's at the circle at the very, very bottom. And if you're also wondering why I use the three systems of Tropical, Sidereal, and True Sidereal, please check out a video where I talk about that previously as well. Links above and the description box below. So you can kind of understand why I don't just go with a tropical system, or why I don't just go with the true sidereal system and neglect the other revolving systems around it, and why I use all three. All right, so let's get into it. What is the sphere of your purpose? So in the Gene Keys, your purpose is equivalent to your earth unconscious. So remember, we looked at the life's work at the top of your profile. That's your conscious sun. We looked at your evolution, your conscious earth, opposite to the sun. We looked at your radiance, which is your unconscious sun. And today we're looking at the purpose, which is your unconscious earth, opposite to the unconscious sun. So comment below, what is your purpose in the Gene Keys? My purpose is Gene Key number 4 in Tropical Gene Keys. And that is in accordance with the zodiac sign of Leo, because my sun, unconscious sun, is Aquarius, so my unconscious earth is going to be in Leo, moving from the shadow of intolerance to the gift of understanding to the city of forgiveness. In Sidereal Gene Keys, my purpose is Gene Key number 56. That's in correspondence with the zodiac degrees of Cancer. That's going from distraction to enrichment to intoxication. And in True Sidereal, my purpose is Gene Key 53. That's going from immaturity to expansion to superabundance. So the purpose in your Gene Keys is described as an essence of your being. So the first and most important thing you have to remember about the purpose, your purpose in the Gene Keys and your purpose in this lifetime, is that it is not about something that you are here to do, but your purpose is about something that you are to be, or to become, or to embody. So I would equivalent your being, who you are here to be, is coming from your inner essence. And your inner essence is coming from the quality of your consciousness. So we can look at it like that. And the quality of your consciousness can also be attributed to the essence of, we can say, your humanity. So I just thought of this really bizarre analogy, which I like to do that. I think it's very fun to do that. But if we look at your activation sequence, life's work, evolution, radiance, and purpose as a beautiful Gene Key smoothie, or a smoothie of your, we can say, what you're here to contribute to the world. The product of the smoothie itself is your life's work. And what you want to call this smoothie is your brand and your life's work. But the different ingredients that have to be mixed and blended and complement each other there, that's a little bit challenging to do. Because you can't just mix, for example, strawberry with anything. You can't just mix spinach with anything. You have to choose the right combinations. That little challenge there of finding balance and of integrating challenging things into your life's work is your evolution, it's your challenge. Now, where are we getting all these fruits from? We have to grow it and plant it somewhere. And I would look at the strawberry farm and the way that you feed the strawberry farm, the water that you give it, the fertilizer that you give your strawberry to be your radiance. That's your health. That's the way you nourish yourself. The soil that strawberry is growing on in that strawberry farm is your purpose. It is the most stabilizing, grounding force within you, and it is behind a lot of the things that you're here to give to the world with. It's your source of deepest essence and nourishment. It also has to do with where you came from, your family, your ancestors. So when you fill this physical body that you have with your consciousness, that is when you have your purpose. It is to fill your physical body with the truest essence of your consciousness, simply to be. So if we look at the shadow sphere or the shadow frequency of your purpose, the shadow indicates you when you are pulled furthest away from the true and simple joy of being. If whenever you feel not at home in your body, or you don't feel stable, you don't feel calm, you feel insecure, look at the shadow of your purpose. That unsettling, nervous anxiousness in your physical body, and this is felt very physically, like situations in your life where your stomach is very upset. It's not because of the food that you ate, it's because of things that's happening in your life that's upsetting your stomach. Or maybe you're just getting a really bad headache, or your blood pressure is too high, not because of the food that you eat, but because of how your body is responding to the things that's happening to you. That is when the shadow of your purpose is sort of being triggered. And it's going to be different for all of us as to how that's going to feel in each of our bodies. So when you're at the shadow of your purpose, we don't respond to life, but we react to life. Because to respond to life, that is something that we can consciously do from a safe and secure place, and a stable and consistent place. But when we are reacting to life and things that happens, we're doing it from a place of extreme insecurity, extreme anxiety, and not being grounded or in the body. So when we activate the gift frequency of our purpose, this is when we slow down our life a little bit, and our body moves in accordance with the rhythms of the earth itself. It is when we begin to listen to nature and allow our bodies to be in a similar pattern to nature. And this is kind of linked to the radiant sphere, because the radiance has a very similar theme to it as well, right? So a really, really powerful way of activating the gift of your purpose is to do some digging into your ancestral wounding, your family wounding, and what's hidden there in the DNA, the woundings of the DNA of the people who have lived in your family before you. And sometimes this is also linked to the culture that you're born into, and doing some of the healing work that is more cultural there as well. So we can say that you can only activate the gift of your purpose when you have accepted your past and made peace with your past. When you have forgiven and accepted the wounding and the hurt that has come from your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and the generations before that, because it is very much linked. The way that our parents behave with us, the way that they, the things that they teach us, and the way that they raise us. A part of that is, of course, going to be something that they decide on their own how to do, but a large part of that is also going to be coming from how their parents have taught them, things that they haven't deconditioned from, some of the traumas and the pains that they may have had that they haven't deconditioned from. And that, when it's coming from your grandparents, it's coming from how your great-grandparents had impacted your grandparents, and it's coming to your parents, and it's coming onto you. And that's true for all of us. So there's always going to be that element of the past stuck there, woundings of the past. But the ability to be able to forgive your parents for some of those things that we can term as mistakes, or maybe not the best way to have raised you because of their own traumas, is a way of accepting that within your body. And this is the purpose. This is the purpose for all of us, is to look back at our parents, at their wounds, at their traumas, accept that within them, giving them the love of acceptance and forgiveness, and coming back and being independent from that, and healing ourselves from that, and releasing ourselves from that. This is the purpose for all of us. So only when we do that do we begin to experience this inner calm in our body. And this is something that the gift of our purpose, look at your purpose. What is the key word there? So mine was understanding for tropical, enrichment for sidereal, and expansion for true sidereal. So these words of the gift of your purpose, this is not something for you to only mentally understand, but it's something for you to actually feel in your body. So I would ask myself, how does understanding feel in my body versus intolerance? How does enrichment feel in my body versus distraction? And how does expansion feel in my body versus immaturity? So the city of your purpose, Richard Rudd says in his Gene Keys book, that if you were, let's say you had no time really to contemplate so many things in the Gene Keys, the purpose, city, gift, and shadow, the purpose sphere can be the number one thing that you should choose to contemplate on for the biggest transformation to happen in your life. This is the biggest point of healing, and it becomes a point of healing that you can give to the world. The city of your purpose and your purpose sphere in general is the deepest, most hidden possibility of your life. And it is our purpose, we can say, is a responsibility, a fun responsibility to embody the different, vibrations of this purpose, and allow that to naturally come into the world for healing the collective, we can say. So a little reflection for you guys on my purpose sphere, and as just give you guys an example of how I would really look at and interpret this. With Gate 53 as my true sidereal purpose, I'm someone who likes to start things. I also have Gate 11 in my true sidereal, so I have a lot of ideas and I like to start things. And this almost feels like this restlessness inside my actual physical body. When I want to get something started, sometimes it is from this fear in the body that if I don't start it now, that somebody else is going to grab it first. Or if I don't start it now, then something's going to happen. If I don't start it now, something is going to happen. But the truth is that if I don't start that idea that I had now, nothing happens really. Nobody's taking it, nobody's stealing it. It's something that is being birthed right inside of me, and I don't have to rush it if it is coming from a place of fear. And to have this thought that somebody else could steal it away is a fear. It's a fear of not being known, fear of not accomplishing, fear of not existing. And learning to slow down on that is a little bit of a challenge, but it's still something that I think is very interesting to do. And distraction, Gate 56 in Sidereal, can be quite healing for me. I think sometimes we need a distraction from the stresses of life, but I can kind of be somebody that kind of gets caught up and even addicted to things that distract me. And a lot of time, things that distract me are either music or relationships, or music or relationships, or music or relationships. And so just being aware of that and how that operates in my physical body and how it actually feels it in my body, it feels like an escape. I need to escape. This rush to, like when you haven't had chocolate for a day and you're somebody who eats chocolate every day, it's that kind of immediate, gratification that is needed. Intolerance in my body, this feels very, very, when you have intolerance in your body, everything tenses up. I have noticed this, and I can be intolerant when I see people doing things that I think, you know, why do they have to do that? The words why is very much a symptom of Gene Key 4, is to keep asking why. And when you ask a lot of whys, this is what I've noticed in my body, is the body tenses up. And I can be addicted to having to ask why, and it's like a dark purple color. I don't know if this makes any sense. Like a dark purple swirl inside my body, like Ursula. I think of an image of Ursula from The Little Mermaid. But it feels a little bit like that in the body when you have intolerance there. And I want to be able to, you know, lift myself up from that energy to a place of understanding. But it can be hard, you know, sometimes it's almost like an addiction to be in the shadow of the different various levels of your purpose sphere, because it can almost be a place of comfort and a way of self-sabotage, because it's not good for you to be there, but yet it's comfortable. I did some healing work with regards to my parents, and you know, these past few years, and noticing how both of my parents also carry this shadow of immaturity, distraction, and intolerance. But I think mainly I can feel the immaturity and distraction that they carry. And I think both of my parents being fire signs, you know, my father's an Aries, my mother's a Leo, they're very youthful at their heart, and they have a lot of energy. And especially my father, has this symptom of gate 53, the gate of starting things, where he starts a lot of new things. He spends a lot of money, you know, starting new projects that he never finishes. And this becomes sort of like a wounding for me in a way, because the amount of money he would spend to start certain projects that he never finishes or never gets any kind of rewards for takes away the money that he could have spent on the education for me and my sister, or the money that sometimes I just wish that he would spend a little bit more money on giving me what I want, or giving my sister what she wants, or on toys and things like that. When we were younger, we were never given any toys, very rarely. We had like 2 or 3 Barbie dolls, and that was it. Our toys were like blank pieces of paper and color pencils. So we just write stuff and draw stuff all day. So my parents never wanted to spend money on toys for their kids, but yet my father always spent money on starting new projects, or 56, alcohol or drinking as a way of distracting himself from his work and the things that stresses him out. But I think I made a video back in 2019 on my deepest purpose, or 2020, I think it was last year, on my deepest purpose, and how I've come to forgive my father. And so if you want to watch that video, you guys can I'll give a link up there in the description box below, and you can watch that to see my path to forgiveness and why it's important. Because now my father is very sick, and I don't know how long I have left with him, and I'm really glad that we have come to that place of forgiveness. So I'm going to share with you guys the Gene Keys mantra that I've made for each of these purpose spheres. So first, we've got a mantra for the shadow of your purpose. So if you guys are following along, just write your mantra in the comments below. I would love to read them, and I'll also insert my own keywords in these mantras as well. So for the shadow of your purpose, and the keyword for the shadow, pulls me away from the simple joy of being alive, making me unstable and reactive. So for me, it would be my intolerance, distraction, and my immaturity pulls me away from the simple joy of being alive, making me unstable and reactive. For the gift, once I've come to terms with my family, / ancestral woundings, a deep, the keyword for the gift of your purpose, fills my body, making me calmer and more stable. So for me, I would say, once I've come to terms with my family's / ancestral woundings, a deep understanding, a deep enrichment, a deep expansion fills my body, making me calmer and more stable. The mantra for the city. The reason for my incarnation in this lifetime is to bring healing to the physical plane through the keyword of your city purpose. So for me, it would be, the reason for my incarnation in this lifetime is to bring healing to the physical plane through my forgiveness, through my intoxication, through my superabundance. All right, beautiful souls, that's going to be it for this video today. Again, comment below, what is the different keywords for your purpose sphere? What is your purpose sphere mantra based on what I've created for you guys? And do visit my second YouTube channel, links up above and the description box below. Give this video a like and subscribe to my second YouTube channel if you haven't yet. And that's going to be it for today. Sending everybody a beautiful, beautiful day and beautiful Christmassy winter. Bye.